Let's move on to this other major development. The son of the late former Zimbabwean president, Robert Mugabe, and an accomplice are expected to appear in the Alexandra Magistrate's court today. Bellarmine Chatunga Mugabe and another man were arrested last week following the shooting of a 23-year-old at Mugabe's home in Hyde Park. The employee, who we understand was the gardener, sustained gunshot wounds and is said to be in a critical condition in hospital. The pair now faces charges of attempted murder after they were kept in custody at the Bramley police station. Police are yet to find the firearm that was apparently used in this incident. Watching the story for us is SABC News senior reporter Chriselda Lewis, live to us now from just outside court. And Chriselda, I understand there may be even more charges.
That's right, Ayanda, and we've been on top of the story, of course, since this morning. We're hearing from police who had spoken to us just a few moments ago, and in fact that's the breaking news that is on the channel this morning, is that police indicating that an additional charge is now faced by Bellarmine Mugabe and his co-accused, and that's a charge of defeating the ends of justice that relating to the firearm which police have been looking for since last Thursday. This is when the incident took place. Remember, police indicated initially that he'd be facing a charge of attempted murder. So this morning when we spoke to police, they indicated that an additional charge has been added of defeating the ends of justice. I'm actually with the legal team for Mr. Mugabe this morning, Jason Sass, as well as Alexandra, who we've been speaking to over the past couple of days. Jason, thanks indeed for your time. We've not heard from you since this incident. Of course, the matter is going before court this morning. First of all, the condition of your client. You spent the past couple of days behind bars.
So yes, as you know, he was taken into custody. And at this point, we are limiting our comments. We don't have further instructions. And also, we don't wish to compromise the investigation. As you know, it's a live investigation. We don't want to compromise the integrity and currently what's happening. So at this point, he is in high spirits. We have seen him a couple of times over the weekend, but right now we wish to limit our comment.
Yeah. And this morning we spoke to police, Jason, who tells us that an additional charge of defeating the ends of justice, your client faces that as well now, on the basis of the fact that the gun has not yet been found.
On the basis of new charges, we have not been informed of any new charges. The police haven't informed us, neither has the prosecution team, the NPA or the prosecutors. We are still waiting for our client to arrive at court, and at this point we haven't consulted properly with the NPA or the prosecutors.
Are we likely to see a bail application go ahead today? I think a bit from our understanding was that police still needed to do some additional verification. What do we know about whether we might see a bail application today?
So as previously stated, we're going to let them finish the investigation. We don't want to prejudice that investigation or what's happening around it. And once they are finished and concluded, because we have asked for our client's privacy, but just to give you a bit of insight, once they have finished their investigation and they've given us an opportunity to see the charges, understand the charges and what our client ultimately has to deal with, then we'll make a decision.
Jason, in terms of the search as well, on the very same evening that your client had been arrested, there'd also been a vehicle that was inserted with some blue lights that was found on the premises. The allegation from police is that they were trying to leave the premises when we returned to the crime scene in order for them to continue with their investigations. There looks likely to be some additional charges that might suffice here.
At this point, we don't have an instruction on that, and it's simply an allegation. We have been informed about a vehicle, but we cannot confirm the blue lights in this vehicle or what has been already mentioned in the media. So at this point, it's an allegation.
Jason Sass, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. We do appreciate your time. For the very first time, we've got the lawyers speaking to us here on SABC News. In fact, Ayanda, that is breaking news. They were just about entering here. SABC seem to have been very strategically positioned at this time. The police are telling us that there's an additional charge of defeating the ends of justice. And just 1 second. Jason, if you could just wait a second for me there, just 10 seconds until I wrap up. And we told told that police are saying an additional charge of defeating the ends of justice is what these two accused will face, including the son of the former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe. That's Bellarmine Mugabe. He's expected to make his way through this gate in the next few moments. His lawyer saying they don't know anything about the additional charges. They'll hear all about that in just a moment. But in fact, they say that their client is in high spirits. That's the first that we're getting in terms of the condition of the accused at this stage.
All important information. Chriselda Lewis, our senior reporter at the Alexandra Magistrate's Court. For now, thanks very much indeed.